risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. I'm your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. To my right is Scholar Tarek. What's up, sir?
How many times do I have to keep telling you? When you're introducing me, introduce me as the Scholars of Wrestling champion.
And Scholar Brian. What's up, sir?
I'm going to keep doing it until you get it right.
It should be our most favorite time of the year, but this blowhard over here is kind of ruining it.
Because you are not wanting to acknowledge that we have a championship on this show now.
I don't want to acknowledge that you're the one holding it.
Either way,
I am
the current Scholars of Wrestling champion who has successfully won the past prediction games for pay-per-views in the past, Scholar Tarek. What he also intends.
Let that sink in, Brian. Let that sink in. You were close, but not close enough.
Oh, I'm letting it sink in. But another thing that I'm letting sink in is that, hey, it's Royal Rumble weekend. It's one of the biggest wrestling weekends of the year.
Mm-hmm. My personal favorite weekend of the year.
Oh, heck yeah. I love the Royal Rumble for so many different reasons. And we're going to break it all down for you right here, right now. But first, we have to tend to a little segment we like to call Backstage News.
Indeed. We always just go and peek behind the curtain and check in on a little
Backstage News. Rumble Moo.
Rumble Moo?
And that's why you're not the champion, Brian. Because you just keep screwing up like that.
It only happened once.
I keep saying moo.
Hey, Brian. Moo.
Oh dear.
Hey, Brian, it's good to have you back on the show again. Moo.
Moo. Moo. But anyway, this week was a crazy one in the world of wrestling, specifically in the life of one Enzo Amore. For those of you who haven't been keeping track, at the beginning of the week, he was accused of rape by some woman, and now, not even a day later, he is released by the company by WWE.
And also, the plot has thickened since.
Yeah, exactly.
It seems like there's something new every day. Brian, care to take us through?
Okay, so he gets Enzo Amore, as we all know, is basically a basket case backstage.
Mm-hmm.
Has been since he joined the WWE.
Main roster or in general? Like even NXT days?
It never came out, but I'm sure that it didn't just grow. It didn't just start happening in the WWE, because that would be stupid. Come on, Enzo, you're not that big. He had to be doing some of the stuff in NXT for anything to make sense. So, with everything going on in the world with the female movement and the Me Too and all the stuff coming out about the producers and all the stuff in Hollywood, it was only a matter of time before it came down to wrestling. And it was announced on Monday that Enzo Amore has been accused of rape. Now, Enzo Amore, admittedly, kind of a creeper. It's always been a little creepy. So, when it first happened, when it first came out, I was like, maybe?
Did he or didn't he?
Did he or didn't he? But as time has gone by, okay, one of her friends has released text messages that have said, "You're damn right it happened. I'm in bed next to a famous wrestler." Not really something that screams that this person has been raped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you actually saw the video too of the.
I saw the video of the best friend and the text messages and all that. So now Okay, they did not release him because of the allegations.
Yeah.
They
Nope,
did
they
not. They released him because
He's
known about this since October. Okay, and it's standard with any job. Okay, if you're in deep shit with the authorities, your higher-ups need to know about it. And if they don't find out about it until the day of a very important television broadcast, they're gonna be pissed. Okay.
Understandably so.
So, combine that with all the backstage antics that we know about, okay, it makes sense that they released him. This was the final straw. This has nothing to do with his release has nothing to do with the actual allegations. Okay, they suspended him because of the allegations. That was the punishment for the allegations. When they found out that he had known about it, they were like, okay, fuck you, Enzo Amore, we're done.
That's our final straw. Now we actually have a reason to let you go. Bye-bye.
So everybody who's saying they should reinstate him if this turns out to be false.
It's probably not going to happen.
Okay.
Even though I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people who actually do want him back.
I don't think that
honestly.
I don't think that they'll rehire him because they didn't fire him because of the allegations.
If he didn't keep it from WWE, it would be a different story. If he gets cleared, if it turns out that this person who made the accusations are just out of her goddamn mind, just not wanting nothing more than fame, wanting to talk to TMZ and whoever. Yeah, good for Enzo. His name's cleared, but
he's done too much.
He was in the doghouse for such a long time that this one was pretty much their strike three.
Well, you already beat me to my Scholars Quick Talk question. Do you think Enzo Amore will ever be back? Assuming, of course, that if these allegations are true and he ends up getting convicted, obviously, there's no way he's ever going to be near WWE
He'll be in
again.
jail,
and
so
rightfully so.
Come
on, it's real. However, if it turns out that these allegations are indeed false, you really don't think that he's going to be anywhere near WWE again?
Not anytime soon. It's
one of those
like profitable.
It's
he was a money draw.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. Okay, once stuff like this comes out, whether it's true, whether it's false, whether it's not, a lot of that goes away. A lot of the popularity goes away. Because first of all, he's going to be out of the limelight for a while. Whether he's not going to be around. Okay, he wasn't that memorable. That the first thing that the kids are going to be like, ooh, it's Enzo Amore 5 years down the line. 4 or 5 years down the line. I don't think he's as big as you think he is.
Memorable? No. Popular? Over? Charismatic enough to be marketable? Yes. And I think that, above all else, is what's going to lead Enzo, assuming he behaves himself and has behaved himself, that might possibly give him an outside chance to come back down the road. In my eyes.
Well, as I said, okay, it's not going to be anytime soon.
Later rather than soon.
Whether it's not. That's just because it. Once again, I have to reiterate that he was not fired because of these allegations. Mm-hmm. If he was fired because of the allegations, then I would be more like, yeah, they'll bring him back when all is said and done. But they fired him due to repeated misconduct. And then the final straw of not telling your bosses that you're in deep shit with the law.
That one was the one.
So it's...
unfortunately, that's sad.
So it's completely different in that sense. And Enzo Amore is not a Hulk Hogan. where 5 years down the line, the shit will go away and they'll be like, oh, okay, bring him back, whatever. Enzo Amore is not on that level. So 5 years down the line, they're looking at guys to come back. Enzo Amore pops up. They'll remember the misconduct. They'll remember the you didn't tell me you were in shit. So why would we hire you back if there's a chance that this shit could happen again?
Improbable, but not impossible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, granted, this is pro wrestling. Stranger things have happened. If Del Rio is talking about coming back now, if so many different instances of bad blood and misconduct could be repaired,
don't bring Del Rio back. Bring Del Rio back.
I'm just saying things can change, people can change. The one thing I can say about this whole incident is I really hope Enzo didn't do it. I really hope not.
Me too.
Otherwise, it would be. This would be one of this.
I don't think he did it.
I certainly hope not. But if he did, this would have to be one of the biggest wastes of talent and charisma that I think I've ever seen in the world of wrestling. I really do.
No, we were even making like little fantasy bookings on when like Big Cass comes back, that him and Enzo reform their team and just basically.
Big Cass is done. Unless he really, really reinvents himself hardcore, I think Big Cass is just on borrowed time.
It's weird that
especially now.
I even read that it's like, wow, of all the three of those, Carmella was the breakout star.
Oh, hey. Good Lord.
Oh, good. Oh, no.
Like I said,
she's not even a star.
Stranger things have happened, and they continue to happen. So
she's not going to cash in. She's going to be the first person to actually forget that she can actually cash in that Money in the briefcase. And then when Money in the Bank comes around, it's like, oh, we're going to have to take that briefcase back because you're a stupid idiot.
Chris Jericho is the one who comes out and says, "You're a stupid idiot, and you just made the list. Give me the briefcase. That's mine."
Oh, brother. Well, anyway, with all that being said, I don't think there's any more. Let's not beat around the bush here anymore. Let's jump right into it. You know what season it is. You know what it says. We're talking about Royal Rumble 2018. We're in it. Let's go. First match on the card, we're talking about, for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, we got the Usos going against Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable.
Who wants to be first on the prediction?
You do.
I do?
Yes, you do.
You definitely do.
All right, champions first. All right, let's get started.
So he can get his wrong prediction out of the way first.
You don't know that.
Oh,
you don't know that. In this one, most people are thinking, oh, it's obviously going to be the Usos winning this one. But for me, I'm going to go with Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable on this. It's kind of following my heart on this one, just because I'm actually a pretty big fan of what they've been doing with Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, and they have been putting on pretty decent matches. Especially this past week with Chad Gable versus Uso. What was it, Jay?
Jay Uso, yes.
Was it Jay? Okay.
It was Jay.
There you go.
They put on a very good match. Quick, but good. And I said it when for the Clash of Champions prediction show. These guys, they gave a hint of them winning the tag team championship, and it got a positive reaction. And then they pulled that whole twin bullshit with the Usos. And
just call it what it is. It's twin magic.
Twin bullshit. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm never going to call it that. I just want these guys just to have their one title run. They could win it. They could lose it at SmackDown. They'll lose it at Fastlane, if anything. And then for WrestleMania build, you can have Harper and Rowan versus the Usos.